flag on the play if you're not subscribed to VonAllen Sports. But once you are, we'll be your team in the fourth quarter.
You're watching VonAllen Sports, real and honest
NFL analysis. Subscribe now and join
the empire. VonAllen Sports, let's go.
VonAllen Sports. VonAllen Sports.
What is up? Okay, so, guys, ladies and gentlemen, okay, or ladies and germs. All right, so, interesting. Well, got some new equipment, some new stuff here and there, trying some different things. Took a little longer. All apologies, but it happens sometimes, right? Okay, but here's the thing. I'm going to need you guys to give me some feedback on some levels and things, because I'm just not... You can always test them, how you're gonna do them, and hope that it turns out good, but it never comes back to you the way it's supposed to sometimes, the way it does to the audience for whatever reason, okay? So what I'm going to need to know is the audio levels good? Can you hear my voice good? Is the mic? So I thought it was like a little low or whatever, but yeah. So yeah, exactly, Nightwalker. New mic. Does it sound good? Okay. So cool episode tonight. What is this thing following me? All right. Sorry. Stupid crap like that gets my attention. Anyway, so the deal is, sounds good? Awesome. Perfect. Let's go. Okay. So tonight, we're talking about, of course, AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game. I'm absolutely freaking psyched about this. I'm so excited. But I have some special guests. Funnily enough, their name's both Jason. So, as we know, one has a nickname, the Redcoat. The other is my awesome brother, Jason. Both Jasons, but I'll get confused if we don't refer to Redcoat as always do. So now the Redcoat, Jason Patrick Saunders, is with me tonight here with me physically, and it'll also be the first time he's been on in a long time, because he lives in England, of course, in London, and the time difference is very strange. So it's not easy. Now. Another thing is that, so my brother Jason's going to be calling in, and he is going to be talking to us about a interesting thing that's come up regarding Damar Hamlin. You know, of course, the Bills player who got injured, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories and things out there. I am not exactly up to date on exactly everything that this is, but I looked into it. Looked kind of fun, looked kind of interesting, and we had some fun with some stuff like this every once in a while. So I thought Jason would call in and give us an update on everything that's going on out there, and all the Damar Hamlin stuff, because I'm actually interested. I want to hear everything that's going on. So let's see who's here tonight. So we already got, of course, Elva Courage already super chatty. Amen. Nice shot. Good shot, man. We got Elphick Courage. Since the $10 super chases, just to let VAS and the chat know, I will be on a Caribbean cruise 2 weeks from now. So if VAS does another Super Bowl live stream, I won't be there for it. So you're telling me that you would rather go on a Caribbean cruise than be here for my show? What, do the Caribbean cruise not get Wi-Fi? I mean, maybe you should talk to them, have them install Elon Musk's Skynet, or what's it called? Skynet? Wait, no, that's Terminator. Skylink? Starlink. Yes. Okay. I wish it was Skynet. That'd be pretty cool. I want to see some Terminators. All right, but yeah. Well, that's all seriousness though. That is freaking awesome, dude, and you deserve it. You clearly work hard, and you are a big supporter of this channel. And without you and guys like you and all of you guys out there, we couldn't have this. And speaking of the channel and how the channel functions, I've got some good news. That's like scary. That thing scares the crap out of me every time it comes on. I have it way too loud because it's the same audio connection as videos and all the intro videos and stuff. So it like freaks me out when it comes on like that. Elf of Courage says another one, a $5 super chat. He says, if you want some eerie symbolism, if San Francisco wins the Super Bowl, there will be 3 teams with 6 trophies. And of course, Elf of Courage is referring to the New England Patriots. The 49ers have 5 at the moment, and then that would make 6. And then, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers already have 6. So then we have to really start getting into the whole. We might need to bring some of those gematria guys back on the show. So yeah, I've got the files, the Damar Hamlin files. So I'm ready to go. I'll play them when you tell me to. So Redcoat, I'm going to go ahead and bring you on, okay? Even though we kind of have the intro in already. So here's the thing. Once I bring him on, let's gotta make sure the audio is good here. So I think this is the real tester. I don't know how this is going to go. So, okay. So Redcoat, talk to me.
What's up, y'all? How's it going? Dude, you've already got a massive super chat from James Johnson. Have you seen this?
No. Wait, hang on. I was just scrolling down here.
I just literally, as I came on there, I just saw the chat on my phone.
Holy shit. All right. Let's go, baby. All right. Here it comes up. It's comes up. I just screenshot it. It's coming. It's coming. Boom. $100 super chat from James Johnson. He says, if the Chiefs lose again to the Bengals and you ask them how, they will say, don't ask me how. The Bengals are going to go, meow, meow, meow. Yeah, I hope the 49ers can pull up the upset. Both of these games can go either way. Welcome to the States, Redcoat. Your move, Elf of Courage. VonAllen Sports. Let's go, baby. All right.
Thanks, James. It's great to be here. It's been a lot of fun so far.
So what we got going on, Redcoat, is that this is season 4, of course. So the first first 3 seasons, you were one of the all-stars of Super Chat and the Super Chat rankings, right? Yeah. So that's what these guys are doing, and we've got the Tom Brady of Super Chat sitting here with me, and well, James Johnson and Elf of Courage are in a battle right now. So they've been battling out for first place through the Super Chat. They've been like having.
Is it similar level to Nightwalker and myself, or is it?
No. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, not as far as VS point level. That you guys were kind of psychotic.
Yeah, we ran away with it a bit. Although Mr. A was right there as well.
That got out of hand really, really quickly. Yeah. But yeah, no, but they're kicking ass, dude. They're totally kicking ass. So, but all good. You guys can hear the Redcoat good? Is everything?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Can anyone hear me?
So just make sure you talk very clear, loud. Because if we get the mic any closer, I don't know if that'll work or not. So
yeah, someone let me know in the chat if they can hear me. Okay, hopefully they can.
Oh, Milena. Does Redcoat have a coat?
Yes, he does.
Detail. You gotta make sure. All right. I'm so excited, man. I'm pumped. See, we've been having so much fun. While we are waiting for a few people to get on, it takes about 10 minutes for some reason. After I start talking. I don't know why. I thought the intro would be good enough, but But yeah, it takes just a minute. But we've been having a lot of fun. Redcoat got here on Thursday night. We all hung out here, and we had some friends over and everybody. It was really cool. Then Friday we
did some tourist stuff.
Just did tourist stuff. We went to some museums, Wax Museum, Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah, that was weird.
What was the weirdest thing in Ripley's Believe It or Not?
Those freaking shrunken heads, man. Like
the shrunken heads, yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Like that was weird. So the rest of it was like you can deal with, but that was weird, big time.
Oh guys, I'm doing the American thing. I bought Big League Chew. Redcoat's never had Big League Chew, and I told him, I said tomorrow during the championship game, he's got to have some. So you can't beat it.
Fair enough. Well, it'd be interesting to see what it's like anyway. As long as I don't have to scream at the TV too much, that'll be good.
Exactly.
Be nice to see a Bengals 49ers Super Bowl.
Well, don't give away your picks, Redcoat. I mean, they might have thought you were going to go for the Chiefs and Eagles.
Nah.
You ruined it. All right. Let me get these new ones here.
Yeah. I thought about it, James Johnson. I thought about it.
What do you say?
He said I thought the Redcoat would wear a red coat. But
I know, right?
I thought about it. I nearly went full, like 18th century British soldier, like cosplay equivalent. I thought about it, but I decided, you may be worried enough that the British are coming, so I thought I wouldn't add to it.
Oh, I was worried. I was worried. You think I was worried about you? You think I was worried, like afraid the British were coming? You thought I was afraid? You thought, is that what we're doing here?
All of you should be afraid. We're taking back our colony at some point.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what. You can have some of them back. Okay.
Oh yeah, you said that the other day.
Yes. Okay. There's some I'll give if you want.
Certain states you can have back.
I'll give you Philadelphia. That's not. I won't give you the whole state of Pennsylvania, but I will give you Philadelphia back if you want Philly back. You can have it. Just let us keep some of the artifacts and everything. Okay. So.
Okay, that works.
The Gourd King sends a $5 super chat. He says, James and Elf are the Super Bowl super chatters, whereas I'm the Giants, aka just happy to be here. Gourd King. Gourd King been around a long time. It's gonna be weird. He's Redcoat used to know him as See It Twice.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
it's Daniel. It's Daniel, Daniel. The American Daniel. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at some point, he woke up. Where he went to sleep, and he woke up in the morning and became a pumpkin. So I don't think we're ever gonna. I don't think he was ever gonna get to transform back into his old self. I'm just wondering, Gourd King, do you get special rights by doing that? I'm just wondering. James Johnson sends a $2 super chat. He said, "I thought Redcoat would wear a red coat." Okay. Yeah. Well, he wanted to disappoint all of you.
And also, I couldn't be asked trying to lug all that stuff in hand luggage on the plane. So I already filled up the overhead rack above my seat. So that would have been an extra bag by itself. Like, have you seen how heavy that stuff is?
Mm-hmm.
As well as the wig. Like, I'm not too sure I'm pulling off an 18th century curly white wig.
Well, why didn't you just wear that on the plane? Like, I think that would have been fine, So.
Yeah, maybe. I might have got what I wanted. Just rock up with a flipping musket or rifle, but. Health of Courage is super chat's quite funny.
Funnily enough, Redcoat, I think now Health of Courage has been a subscriber for a long time, but he didn't start being active in the show like this as much until I think after the last season before. But he's from Arkansas too. So you got 2 Arkansas guys here. Now we've never met, but he just happens to be from Arkansas as well.
Are you related or?
Of course we are.
That was my assumption. Arkansas.
Yeah, I mean, duh. So.
Nothing like a stereotype.
Yeah. Like I told you, man, in Arkansas, we use Ancestry.com as a dating website. All right? That's just how it is, man. I can't help it. Hey, you know what? We're not as bad as Kentucky, where they actually date each other's siblings. We just do first cousins.
Oh, okay. So, like, for everyone else, Ancestry.com gives you your ancestry, but for you guys, it's got like a live chat. Like
yes, but we
Okay.
need to see that we're not siblings.
Okay.
That's
that makes
too
sense.
far.
Right, okay. Yeah, because that would be weird.
But in Kentucky, where the Gord King's from, they do the sibling.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Well, that's what that girl admitted to us last night, didn't she? She said it was siblings as well, so.
Oh, the girl from Kentucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tara, I think her name was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. That's true. All right. Tyler, what's up, Tyler? Tyler's badass. Tyler's been a machine lately. He's always like, people are probably going to think that Tyler is a bot for VonAllen Sports because he's just like, subscribe, like, and I'm like, they're going to think he's working for us. No, he's just a cool dude. He just loves the channel.
Just good at it.
Tyler Belcher sends a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Tyler. He says, at VonAllen, what are y'all's picks and score predictions? Also, let's fucking go. All right, Tyler. You said y'all. I wonder if Tyler's from the South. But anyway. So, he asked, you ask and you shall receive. Redcoat, I'm going to let you go first on the AFC, and I'll go first on the NFC.
Okay.
So let's do AFC Championship first. No, you know what? Let's do NFC because that's the first game tomorrow, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I'll go first. I have it's going to be a great game, first of all. It's going to be very competitive. It's not, there's no blowouts this weekend. So don't think that that's going to happen. But I've got the 49ers. Upset city, baby. I think the Eagles are going to be end up the favorites, right? So by like 3.5, I think it was.
Yeah, I think they are favorites, yeah.
So I've got 49ers in a very, very, very close game. But by the fourth quarter, I think the 49ers will have it well in hand. So 49ers 28, Philadelphia 26.
Ooh, that is close. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not give the Eagles quite that much respect, actually. So I've got the 49ers as well. Difference is, though, I've got 31-18 to 49ers. I think if they stop Jalen Hurts running around all over the place, I think that's it. I think they're done.
But can they stop Jalen Hurts from running around?
I think they will. I think Nick Bosa is going to spend most of that game in Jalen Hurts' lap. So if that happens, yeah, game over. So, but either way, I think it's going to be entertaining. I think the second game is going to be a lot closer.
Oh my God, that's right, Jason. My brother, he was sponsored by Big League Chew because a movie he did that was based in the 80s, and Big League Chew just gave him a massive amount of Big League Chew for the movie. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, fair enough. Although, if it's really sugary, that's going to nicely rot your teeth. Although, I can't say much. I'm sat here drinking Coca-Cola. So.
Yeah, really. Why are you ruining it? Why do you have to talk about that? This isn't the diabetes channel. Okay? This is VonAllen Sports. Redcoat.
Well, yeah, but Redcoats are sensible most of the time.
Now, Jason is pulling out the more insulting version of Redcoat, which is he called you a lobster back. Now that was a fighting word back then.
I mean, that's okay. It's when you need the French to save your ass, it's fine. So, you've got that on you forever. The French saved your ass. So, but okay.
What did you just say?
You heard what the hell I just said.
The French saved who?
You.
Moi?
Well, your entire
Oui.
freaking country.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Well, how about this? We paid them back after World War II for World War II, okay?
Yeah, that's fair.
So I've actually lost a cousin to invasion of France. So
yeah, I'd say it's equal or even.
Of course, as far as when I say cousin, I mean like cousin, but relative of grandfather, like grandfather's cousin. So whatever that would make. Yeah, you know what I mean. So if people are like doing the math on that, like, so, wait, Elva Courage had a super chat now. You told me to check out, I think.
Yeah.
Because if you hadn't said that, I wasn't going to do it.
So there's a few more as well. So
now, see, guys, I just want to tell y'all that the Redcoat here, he wore a blue shirt because he's a big fan of France.
Yeah, because that's believable.
I wonder who hates France more, me or you? Not hate, but you know what I mean.
If we're talking in country terms, that France is our constant war partner.
Yeah, exactly.
For eons.
Yeah, but when we wanted Cornwallis to surrender to George Washington, he didn't show up, but his underling showed up, and he wanted to surrender to the French general because he refused to surrender to us.
Yeah, because
he took more offense to that than an epic enemy from 1,000 years.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
It does make sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, Elfa Courage says a $2 super chat. He says you can have all the blue states. Are you okay with that, Rico?
I mean, that does give us a fair smattering of states all around your country. So, Okay.
Well, yeah, I guess. So
we'll rent the land back to you. It's fine.
Yeah, not all. We're gonna have to get creative with the line, how it's.
We're gonna have to etch a sketch the United States.
Yeah. We're gonna have to change some things. So we're gonna have to. Yeah. Okay.
There's actually a super chat as well that it probably disappeared now, but there was one from Cool Hand Jared.
Oh, I've not reached that part.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you may not have got that far yet.
Gordy King says, as a pumpkin, he'll soon be exempt. Or no. He says if being a pumpkin makes him tax exempt, his hopes are not high. Okay. True.
Well, if that's the case, I'm a freaking pumpkin. That'll do.
Well, it should be a victim group. Yeah, I agree. Wow, people are taking the piss right now, apparently.
Taking the piss? What are they taking the piss?
Absolutely ghastly. Hey, guys, Redcoat actually said that today, this morning at breakfast. He actually was serious. He goes, it was absolutely ghastly. What were you talking about? I don't remember.
No, I can't remember what it was.
James Johnson sends a $2 super chat. He says, it's pronounced Arkansas. Let me tell you something. Anyone who's from Arkansas hates that. Okay? When people say Arkansas, that's really obnoxious, actually. I don't mean you sending that. I mean, when people are visiting there and they refer to it as Arkansas. Yeah. No. How was it the weekend already, though? I feel like I was on here Sunday night last time I was on, but it just feels like a few days ago. The Gory King says a $2 super chat. He says, only true way out east, the Appalachian dating app. That's just wrong.
That sounds messed up.
It is. You ever seen those movies like Wrong Turn?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's up by where that's up there in West Virginia. I don't know if we know anybody. Got any West Virginians on here? But yeah, it's pretty rough. All right. So did you give us a score? I don't think you did for the Eagles 49ers.
Yeah, I said 31-18.
Oh yeah, 31-18. Okay. So that takes us to the AFC. You get to go first on that one. So what you got?
I've got the Bengals, and I've got it 28-26. It's going to be close. Mega close.
So your score is going to be my score from the Eagles. Okay, I like it. Yeah. Interesting.
Surely that's like some sort of gematria or some shit there. I don't know.
Milena? Roman's trying to get a hold of you.
Who you got?
28. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Lately, ever since that Super Bowl, that beatdown of the Chiefs by the Bucs, they've not been quite right. And I think that when they were going on their run from 2018, even up to before we beat them in the championship game, all the way up to that, 2019, and that was even the weird season when Patrick got hurt for a game, and Chad Henne came in and won and all that stuff. Yeah. And then they made it to the Super Bowl. They didn't win that Super Bowl very, very outright, but they found a way. They dug in, got that. And then they just went on a tear 2020 all the way to the Super Bowl. But that Super Bowl, they just got so embarrassed and so destroyed. I had never seen those guys like that. I'd never seen Andy Reid look so beat down. I never seen Patrick look so just shocked and in awe. Travis Kelce looked lost. Like, I can't believe this has happened. It almost seemed like their invincibility, that this, when a team goes on a run and then they're so awesome and amazing and everyone thinks that they're just impossible to beat.
Well, when you believe your own hype.
Yeah, exactly. So it's it seems like that there's a chink in the armor now. And I saw that all of last year up until the playoffs. And so when the Bengals beat them, it's not that I was surprised that they lost per se, but it was just bled into this year where the Bengals just owned their assets. It just seems like they can just do what they want. It seems like it just seems like some of the mystique has been taken off. Do you remember when Roger Federer was on that tear in the 2000s, and it seemed like he was just not human, like Terminator? But
yeah,
then
it's called a robot,
once the code was cracked a little by Nadal, other guys started coming in and getting in there and stuff. And with the Patriots, our thing kind of ran its course, and by 2009, nobody was afraid of us anymore, and we had to earn that again. We had to get that back for years and years.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like the Chiefs are at right now. So
okay.
I think the Bengals can get off to a good start, and if they do, I think that game's over. I think if the Bengals can get up by like 14-3 or 14-6 before halftime, I think it's done. I think it's finished.
There is one caveat to that though, and that is if the Bengals O-line can actually stop Chris Jones from ripping off Joe Burrow's head, because that guy's been on a tear, and his O-line is trash or decidedly average. So it really depends. If Chris Jones eats up whoever they've got at tackle trying to guard him, unless they double the crap out of him all game, he's going to rip apart their line. So it'll be interesting.
Well, yeah.
The ball's going to have to come out fast.
But that's what I'm saying. I think if the Bengals can catch them off guard and just put some points on the board, the Bengals are the type of team right now that the Chiefs normally the Chiefs will make a big run in the second half, you know,
Always.
and teams start doing stupid crap and letting them back in, and it's that's what you do. That's what happens for good teams. Patriots are like that with when we were really awesome.
Yeah.
Teams would make mistakes and let us back in the game. And you don't do that, okay? And people have done that for the Chiefs, but I don't think the Bengals will. I think this time, if the Chiefs are going to win this game, they've got to be awesome in the first half, or they're done. They can't rely on that coming back in the second half by going deep and all this other stuff. Another thing is Patrick. So Patrick's injury, I think it's been BS this whole time, and I didn't believe that he was as hurt as he really was.
Yeah, it's been hyped a bit.
Yeah. So they wrote it down as like a high ankle sprain, and that's the most severe they can get away with without absolutely just straight up lying. I don't even think it's that bad. If he cannot run around like he does, to run left, run right, try to make throws on the run, the Chiefs are screwed.
Yeah.
I just want to make one thing very clear.
If he can't get off script.
Yes. Patrick is not an on-time pocket passer. Okay? Now, he can do it, but when I say he's not an on-time pocket passer, I mean he is not elite enough to win a Super Bowl like that. Just at pocket passing. Okay?
Oh, okay. Without making any other plays with his legs or anything
Without,
like that. Okay.
with knowing that he had to spend the whole game throwing from the pocket on every single play for the whole game. Can't do anything about that. If he had to do that, they're screwed.
Yeah, but Burrow is definitely better at that than him. Yeah.
And but Patrick's game is a different game.
No, exactly. I mean, the thing is, if Patrick gets to play his full game and they don't stop him, he will shred their defense. Like, that's the thing.
Oh yeah, you mean if he's mobile?
Yeah, if he gets to play the way he wants to play, you know, throw into to Kelsey and stuff like that, he'll shred their defense. So it's a case of like they're going to have to try and keep him contained, because some of the scrambles that he does as well, you just and the guy, let's face it, he can throw it any which way from anywhere.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to stop him from doing that, he is going to shred you. And then, especially, you know, if they get off to a 14-17-3 sort of lead by halftime, if you start letting him do that kind of crap in the second half, like, that lead is nothing. Like, they'll come back on you.
Yeah, I agree. Elva Courage sends a $5 super chat. He says, at James Johnson, this is back. So they're back in their little dispute here, or their big dispute, I should say. At James Johnson, Elva Courage says, we have Arkies, Arkansans, Arkansasiers, and Ozarkers.
Hell?
When people find out I'm from Arkansas and stuff, like especially here in California, they're like, wait, what? Because they I don't come across as what they thought someone from Arkansas would be like. So I told them, I was like, yeah, you guys, you assume too much. You think everyone from Arkansas is a certain way, and in reality, we're just regular people. I mean, everywhere's got the stereotype, but it's not the exact what you'd expect. What is up, guys? Let's see who else is here. Phil Williamson, what's up? Jalen says Super Bowl will be Chiefs versus 49ers, so Jalen's looking at a rematch here. Celtics Nation, salute.
That would be a good game as well.
Yeah, we remember what happened last time. If they just had a quarterback, they would have won that Super Bowl. Damn it.
Yeah. No overthrows, please.
Goalhand Jared wants to know what part of England you're from. Redcoat.
London. The best part.
London town.
The capital city.
Gory King says the real litmus test of Kentucky is how one pronounces Louisville. So I say Louisville. And then there's other people, which annoys the piss out of me, and they say Louisville. It's like Louisville. No, it's Louisville. I'm assuming it's named after King Louis of France.
Probably.
I don't know, but I'm just assuming it is. Okay. Jason never sleeps. Jason says, I have 81 acres in West Virginia. Since when? You have 81 acres in West Virginia, man? So did you will those to me? Did you, so if you go up there and you get wrong turned, if you make a wrong turn and they eat you, do I inherit them? I just need to know more details about this. So, absolutely ghastly. 3118 is absolutely ghastly.
3118 will be fun to watch.
I bet you enjoy Americans repeating you and trying to sound like you, right?
Well, because it's just absolutely hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious. Because it's absolutely ghastly. James Johnson says a $5 super chat. Best off. We didn't need the French for Fort Ticonderoga. By the way, as you know, James is from Vermont. So he's a real New Englander, like deep New England. Like hardcore New England, like freezing your balls off in July, New England. All right, let's go, baby. He says, I would love to hear Redcoat defend that. We didn't need the French for the War of 1812. Andrew Jackson represent, biatch.
No, you just had a British Empire fighting multiple different wars.
See how he's making excuses? Dude, you sound like Chiefs fans are going to sound after tomorrow. Okay? They're going to say, well, Patrick Mahomes was injured, so we couldn't beat him. We couldn't win against Patrick Mahomes.
I'm sorry. Quick interlude there. What was your statement about the war and how it would have gone if the British Empire had focused entirely on America? Would you care to repeat that for the audience?
Repeat what? From when?
What you said. How would the war have gone, America against Britain, if Britain was just focused on America?
I don't know. Did you hear something strange?
What did you say? We would have kicked the shit out of you. That's the answer.
Yes. Okay, I did say that. All right. So I admit it. It is true, guys. It is true. Had the British Empire put the entire might of the British Empire into just reconquering us, or not even reconquering us at the time, it was more of, in their eyes, it was just a rebellion.
I was going to say, it was just our citizens rebelling against us.
Had they put the entire full might of the British Empire into us, that thing would have been over in a week. But you didn't. And you got cocky, and
yes, very much so.
You burnt. That's
Indeed.
What happened.
I don't deny that. We very much did not give you the respect you deserved, and assumed it would be quite easy. So yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
but it's cool. It works.
Just a reminder, it's not a good idea to lengthen your supply lines across a foreign country. So
yeah.
Well, George Washington had that. Did a great job on that. But anyway,
this is all for VAS history.
Yeah, we're right now, guys. We're plugging VonAllen history, which we're going to start trying to promote. And again, Redcoat, don't let me forget to tell everybody the good news about the subscribers that we found out.
Oh yeah, true.
So let me get this super chat.
Yeah, that's big. That is big.
Tyler Belcher sends another $10 super chat. Thank you, Tyler, so much. He says, who all wants to hear Chris Collinsworth call Kansas City again? Okay. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to put up with Tony Romo on the KC game, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I hadn't even checked the TV station, but now Tony Romo's worse than Collinsworth when it comes to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So there's
torque.
Yeah, look at that torque. There's Collinsworth, who he just sounds like an overly hyped person, right? It's just overly hyping. But Romo, when he talks about Patrick Mahomes, and guys, I don't mean this to be funny. In a rare moment, I actually am not speaking either metaphorically or speaking with hyperbole. I actually mean this. Romo talks as if he might have some kind of sexual interest in Mahomes. Like, it's creepy. It's extremely, extremely creepy. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
It's never going to be as bad as Sims with Aaron Rodgers, though.
I think it might be at that level.
It can't be.
Oh, dude.
Right,
okay. All right. I'm not saying that Romo will ever sing a song to Patrick to his face,
Jesus
like
Christ.
Chris Sims did to Aaron Rodgers. But the way he speaks about him, okay, because he makes sex noises on during the commentary. I'm serious. Okay, so Patrick Mahomes just walks on the field. You know how Patrick Mahomes walks like he's got something stuck up his ass? He's like, right?
There's that weird little non-run.
Yeah. It's like in between like a girl run and
It's just that run to make it look like you're running, where your arms just kind of do that, but you're not actually
it's so
going any faster.
Weird.
Than
Yeah. So Tony Romo was like,
funny.
ooh, oh, Jim, Patrick Mahomes, Jim, it's like, what the? Yeah. Okay, it's gross, dude. It's really gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still think Sims is worse. Like,
Sims is more like serial killer creep.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
I reckon he would wait in Aaron Rodgers' bush outside his house.
Like, okay, he'll be like the guy who killed John Lennon, the fan.
Right. Yeah.
So he's like, I killed John Lennon because I wanted to be him or something like that, right? He was like such a fan of his.
Weird.
I think Chris Sims is at the level where he would try to murder Aaron Rodgers to become it. You know, like he's that crazy. Like, if I can't have you, no one can. And then he goes home, and Chris Sims goes home because he probably still lives with Phil.
Wearing Aaron Rodgers' face.
Yeah, and he puts the lipstick on, like, you know? And I'm serious. Like, oh my God. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay.
We'll get banned tonight is because we know that Chris Sims was watching, and he's like, shit, they figured out my plan.
The Gord King says, Kansas City Chiefs, this is the Chiefs. To whom am I speaking? Chris Collinsworth says, now here's a guy who really wants to get into your tight end. And then hangs up.
Oh, no. That is a lot of Chris Sims emojis going on in the chat. Shit.
Oh, yeah. So there's a, whenever I say Chris Sims on the show, it's a trigger word. So it triggers the Chris Sims emoji. It's like a thing we kind of started.
Yeah,
but
that's a lot.
Do you know what Pee-wee's Playhouse is? Like Pee Wee Herman. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here it was a big show when I was a kid, and there was always a word of the day. So at the beginning of the show, a word is printed out of the machine, and let's say the word is toaster. And if anybody during the show says the word toaster, everyone goes nuts. Ding, 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 ding. Right? So here, if I say Chris Sims, even if I'm saying it seriously, it doesn't matter. If I just say the name, then everybody spams the shit out of the chat with the Chris Sims DUI photo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have like a like a curly shit emoji for if anyone says Rob Parker or something like that?
No, but that would work.
That would work.
That would work. You want to tell them that what you found in our bathroom?
Oh yeah. So so obviously I'm staying at Aaron's, and Aaron Milena let me stay here. So I went into the bathroom to brush my teeth, went to turn the light on, and there's a freaking Torque sticker on the light, which I literally audibly laughed out loud. It was hilarious. Just I did not expect to see that. So that was, and left it there, obviously.
Guys, I live this shit. Okay, I live it.
Okay, so yeah, people. So I think I said Rob Parker, and it seems to have already enacted the shit emoji. So
well, that works perfect.
So that works.
Brilliant. Okay, whatever. I don't know.
Mastermind is on it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm really into Torque these days. I got Torque everywhere. Like in the bedroom, I got a sign that says Torque on the wall behind the bedroom, and I'm like Christian Bale in American Psycho. I'm like staring at myself in the mirror, and pointing at myself, and then I'm pointing at that Torque sign. And if you have any idea what I just said, and you understand the reference I just made, you're either really creeped out right now or very intrigued and probably want to talk to Milena about what's wrong with you. Okay? So.
Oh dear.
And I just want to mention that for those, Philip, I saw you. Don't think I didn't see you, okay? Phil Williamson, I saw you. He raised his hand. He says, I have to admit that I like Collinsworth. Okay. Chris Collinsworth is the same guy that said, How would you like a taste of Landon Dickerson coming right down your throat? He said that.
He's got to be doing that shit.
I just realized something. Please tell me that my dad is not watching tonight.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Please tell me he's in the chat.
Because my brother is in Arkansas right now, and he's on the show.
I hope he's in the chat. That would be amazing.
No, that would not be amazing.
That's going to be funny.
Hey, I was right. Louisville is named after Louis the 16th. Wow, you guys really did go hardcore on those.
Yeah.
All right. Milena, I haven't missed any, have I? I mean,
there's a member super chat as well.
Okay. I don't think I'm there yet. Gord King sends a $5 super chat. He says, Romo, Sims, and Collinsworth would be great if there are ever June games. True.
Where's all the likes, guys?
Whoa.
Come on. 29 people in the chat.
29 people here, guys, and only 19 likes. That's not cool. Oh, that's a good segue. Let's, oh, my dad. Oh, my God, my dad is in the chat.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Thomas Allen at VS. Dad, I'm sorry. Everything you taught me has gone out the window, and I have decided to be on television and say this to total strangers and act like a complete fool. So please forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. And I can't help myself. Okay. He's like, that kid.
Yeah, he's just doing this right now.
It's just hopeless. Okay. Thomas Allen says he added me. So guys, yeah, if you want to talk to me directly and you're not talking to someone in the chat, put at and that way I can see it. It usually turns orange if you put at VAS, or I'm not VAS, at VonAllen Sports. He says, when Mahomes comes back after being injured, Collinsworth says Mahomes plays like a superhuman. Now he's just playing like a human. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, my dad wrote this to me last Sunday or Saturday night during the game. And check this out, Redcoat. He says, Collinsworth goes, Mahomes got injured. He comes back in to the game, and Collinsworth says, Mahomes is used to playing superhuman, but now he's just human.
Dick.
How pathetically stupid is that?
What a dick.
What a total douche. You don't say stuff like that. That's just stupid.
So you're going to segue to the subscriber stuff?
Yeah, let me get this one. Alpha Courage sends a $2 super chat. He says, Landon Dickerson, run through the tight end. Landon Dickerson. I mean, it's even he says something so gross like that, but it's about a guy named Landon Dickerson. I mean, really? So...
I think some of it he's doing on purpose. He's got to be.
He's got to be, right?
He's got to be.
I remember Al Michaels used to say that.
I mean, we're talking about him, so I guess it worked.
Yeah. Al Michaels used to say that. 1, 2, 3, hit that like button. Thank you, Tyler. Biden, blah, 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 blah. Okay. What the hell's going on our roof right now? Biden sends well, he's been a member for 4 months, but sends a member chat, says, can't wait for the games tomorrow. These games are going to be close and crazy. Crazy. I absolutely agree. It's going to be awesome, dude. And guys, we're going live. Okay. So here's the schedule for tomorrow. We're not going to broadcast us probably during the 49ers-Eagles game. but we'll have a pregame. We'll have a show, a pregame show. We'll have a show in between the two championship games. So a reaction show to the Eagles, of course, and at the same time, it'd be a pregame show for the Chiefs Bengals. That will be filming the whole time during the game, like we did Brady's game against the Cowboys. And then we'll have a post-game show for everything after that. Okay? Sound good? All right, cool.
Should be
good. The Gourd King says to me, can you do 1,000 now? What does he mean by that?
1,000 now. Where the hell? There's a lot more in here than I.
Am I not connecting something?
Yeah, what are you on about, Daniel?
Exactly, satire junk about regarding John Lennon. Yeah.
Mastermind just put forever and ever talk.
Yeah.
That was so bad. Can't even believe it. And he actually had the audacity to do that.
Gourd King says, I was the first to like, I am blameless. Sterling Sapien, he says, I mean, this is a guy who lands in dick. That's just like, it's not even being...
A mastermind as well. Landon Dick, her son.
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh my God.
Oh, can I do 1,000 torques now? Oh my God. He turned my own reference against me. And I just completely forgot I'd mentioned that. Wow. That good job, Gourd King. You got me. Mickey? Yeah. So all right, sorry about that, guys. I'm back.
There is like epic talk going on in this chat section right now. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
I think we already hit 1,000 torque.
We must have hit 1,000 talks by now. Yeah. Holy crap.
Okay, so we have some pretty cool news. Well, it's not, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Mastermind's having none of it. He's going crazy with his talk.
Okay, I've been told that I'm being sent something that is breaking news.
Okay.
I'm very curious what this is. I'm going to download it. So while I'm doing that, why don't you tell them what we kind of figured out about the subscribers?
Okay. So the main thing that we noticed about the subscribers was the channel was stuck on like 11,900 odd around that area. So, and it was for like 2 years pretty much. And well, it was 11,000 for 2 years and it was 11,900 something for a year, which was just, it made no sense, especially with the amount of content. So it's just a case of like, why is it stuck there? It doesn't make any sense at all. So then just recently, there's multiple theories and ideas as to why, but just recently, as you all I'm sure know, Elon Musk bought Twitter and removed all of the sort of strikes on people's accounts and things like that. And one of the suppositions at the moment is that there was a strike or something on the channel on YouTube. And since all of the information's come out about the Twitter stuff, there's God knows how many lawsuits now against Twitter. So because of what they've done to people. So the belief is, whether that had been done to the channel or not, because it appears that YouTube and other platforms have removed those strikes, because in a matter of days, the channel's gone up, 400 subscribers? Something like that?
500.
500. And yesterday, since we were talking yesterday, and we specifically looked at it when I arrived, and it was it was on 12,339. And then in a day, 24 hours, whatever, it's gone up 120. It went up 120 subscribers, which is ridiculous. It makes no sense that it goes up that much in a day just since all this has been done. Yet it stayed at that for 11,000 for 2 years and 11,900 for a year. It makes no sense whatsoever. So at the moment, that's a little conspiracy theory-ish, but not, because there's, there is a bit of smoke, so there's potentially fire to that. But hey, screw it, who cares? As long as it goes up now and continues to go up. But it's a bit of a weird situation that started that. So hopefully, I mean, if you think about it, like if that had continued going like that, just to stray off somewhat here, 100 people a day, that's 36,500 a year. So with what's already there, the channel would have over 100,000 subscribers by now from the last 2 years. So all of this just lends itself to being somewhat subversive from YouTube, but we can't prove it, obviously. But one of the general wonderings is, was there during the Brady hate saga someone who was, bearing in mind obviously the YouTube headquarters and stuff like that is in San Francisco, and the comparison of the Montana Brady in that long documentary, Montana didn't come off bad, but he just didn't come off great against Brady. So it's a case of as to whether someone took unnecessary level of offense to that at YouTube and did something about it. As I said, all highly speculative, but it lends itself to some credence, because what's currently happening with the channel it makes no sense. So anyway, that's my long waffle over, but that's what we've currently noticed, which is great. So with any luck, it's just all up from here. Oh my God, the talk is still going absolutely crazy in this chat. Jesus Christ. This is insane. I can't even scroll back far enough to get out of these. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Mastermind. I think Mastermind's done 1,000 talks by themselves. And you've got some super chats again now as well. Yeah, exactly, Mastermind. Fear not, fellow comrades, VAS Empire will prevail. Indeed. Especially now we've got these idiots out of the way.
So, guys, I'm going to welcome my brother here. I think I sent him. Yeah, I sent him the link. Okay, so Jason, whenever you want, you're welcome. But Jason, before you give us all that first, I need to catch up on the super chats. But you can connect though. Go ahead and call in. I'll add you to the conversation here. Seems like I'm sure you guys have noticed the people make stupid comments like, "Why is he wearing sunglasses indoors?" Like, "Oh, I didn't realize that." Idiot. But it's a lot different when you have a bunch of lights in your face and they're constantly beaming. In fact, I probably should have given them some. But see, Tyler, I've never had breaking news like that on my show before. I've never had something that's happened exactly at the moment that it comes out. That was really cool. Thank you, Jason. I really appreciate that, man. He says, Tyler Belcher sends a $2 super chat. He says, doing CPR that long does damage to the ribs. And that makes sense, like going on. And yeah, that definitely would do that. But yeah, it's a freak accident. It's just one of those things. So I hope he's back playing and all that. So I tell you what, Buffalo Bills cut him or something. That's going to be difficult. That's going to be difficult PR. So that would be really weird. Now, that didn't do much for Buffalo. Okay, so they didn't play very well in that game, and the Bengals just seemed like they were on a different level, which they were. But the snow and the weather and all that seems to be Buffalo's thing, and it's always been like a positive. Now, I'm going to say something that is going to go against somebody I highly respect and I think a lot of and agree with him on most things and stuff. But Kurt Warner had made a comment a few weeks ago, I think. Maybe it could have been a month ago. And he said that he wanted all playoff games played in a like either warm weather site or indoors. So like all playoff games. And he wanted it because he wanted the playing field to be even and perfect and there's no mess. He wanted to see, he called it seeing the best of the best of the best, right? In the perfect environment. I disagree with that. And he understood, of course, and he even mentioned it, that the even playing field and all that would take away the advantage of if you're maybe a northern team, if you're the Patriots or you're the Buffalo Bills or whatever. And I don't agree with him on that. I think part of that weather is, first of all, it's playoff football. It's football tradition. And Kurt has an arena football league background. But the weather and all that was something that you earn if that's what you're used to as a team, and most of your players are good with that, and they're built for that kind of environment. That's what you earn during the season. Okay, so these playoff games is a reward for being excellent during the year. That's the whole point of this, and that usually is a thing for teams like Buffalo. It didn't even matter. Now, I know Cincinnati is from Ohio and they have weather and stuff like that, but I'm pretty sure the weather in Buffalo is much more brutal and much more awful, and they're more used to it, especially with the bad storm that happened recently. So they just didn't look good, and the Bengals looked like they didn't give a crap. And you saw Joe Burrow, like when he was warming up and he did that like little spin, like he was doing that. He wasn't. People are saying like he's showing off and trying to be cool. Yeah, whatever. Okay. But Joe Burrow did that mainly to show his teammates that he didn't care, that the weather didn't bother him, the snow didn't bother him, being in Buffalo, none of that fazed him. And it also shows the Bills that Joe doesn't give a crap. Like, you're not going to have a psychological edge on us. It's just not going to, he's not going to let you have it. And I think it showed throughout the game. And so going into Kansas City for Joe Burrow is not going to matter. He's not going to care. He is walking in there with a 3-0 record against the Chiefs and against Patrick Mahomes. So they ain't got nothing to fear. All they got to do is play their game and they'll be fine. So yeah. Yeah, Luke, exactly. Kurt played for the Rams and Cardinals, two indoor teams, on top of playing arena. And arena football was his thing. So I understand where he's coming from on that, but I just don't agree with that. I like the, hey, we earned it during the season. You're coming to our house. And and also another thing is that some teams, just because it's in a dome and the weather's good, doesn't mean you're going to be good. Some teams, aren't built as fast for indoor football, and it's just, there's an advantage or a disadvantage everywhere for everybody. That's just how it is. Yeah, Gord King. Yeah, the temperature, no. But the snow and the misery stuff, Buffalo is a bit worse, a bit worse and stuff. But even with that though, it's their house. It's Buffalo. It's got that Buffalo's got that mystique in the wintertime that Cincinnati doesn't have. The Bengals, it's that vibe. It's like, whoa, we're going to Buffalo in the snow, and it's just got a different feel to it, right? So it's just like you going into New England, going to Boston, you going into Foxborough. It's like this feels different if it's snowing there than if it's snowing for the Jets, right? It just doesn't come off as the same as like whatever and the Jets. So Buffalo has that mystique. I know they haven't been good in a long time since the Jim Kelly days until Josh Allen came along, but still, Buffalo snow as a player, as a visiting player, you still got that vibe that like this is kind of intimidating, and Burrow wasn't going to let that bother him. And like TB83 says, people mistake confidence for arrogance a lot of times, and they don't understand the psychological aspects of that. It's true. Exactly, Phil. Or maybe don't build up a team akin to the greatest show on turf that plays in a blistered climate. That exactly. Now, see, exactly, Phil. Now, Kurt and his greatest show on turf has an edge if the game is in a dome, for a fast-paced style game. And what if they're having the home playoff game and a Steelers team, comes in, maybe they're going to have problems. So, like I said, I get where he's coming from, but I rarely disagree with Kurt, but I'm going to have to disagree with Kurt on that one. So, yeah, look, and winter games in the NFL are unique, and it's just it's a part of our league. So, what's up, Dave? Lions and Cardinals are in a dome and are crappy most of the time. Yeah. It doesn't automatically mean anything. There's so much more to it, and okay, let's see. They were asking on a show, so I don't know if you guys watch a show called Speak at all. It used to be called Speak for Itself. I didn't start watching it until recently. I noticed that Joy Taylor was on there, and she's pretty knowledgeable. She usually has some good points. Sometimes she's way wrong and she goes off. All right, like no, whatever. But she's actually quite better than most of the men on the show. To be honest with you, although I like Shady McCoy, he's funny. But they had a question that was, they always make a mountain out of a molehill. You know how it is. They're on 5 days a week. This is why we don't do a show 5 days a week, because when you're on a show 5 days a week, you've got to make up stupid crap and repeat the same topics over and over and over again, and it gets boring, and you've got nothing new to say, right? So they make up these, but sometimes they make up something that's kind of interesting. And what's up? What's up? What are you doing, sweetie? What are you doing? Nefertiti messing with me. But they had the question was, which quarterback of the 4 quarterbacks left have the most to gain, or what's most on the line for them? Is it Patrick Mahomes because he'd be going to another Super Bowl? Is it Joe Burrow to go back to the Super Bowl, and that would make him 2 Super Bowl appearances in a row, 2 AFC championships in a row. Now, whether you lose the Super Bowl or not, that championship matters. It does. NFL is a rare sport where second place isn't so bad. Second place still matters. It still counts for something because you won your conference, and that's not an easy thing. It's harder to win your conference than it is to win one Super Bowl game. Okay, so it's harder to get to your conference and win that. So it's still an accomplishment, and that would give Joe 2 in a row, regardless of what would happen in 2 weeks. Then you've got Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy. In my opinion, I think Brock Purdy has the most to gain from this, from a win here. All right, Patrick Mahomes, it's already set in stone. Okay, he's good. He's got his big contract, and he's probably even going to have more opportunities to do this. So whatever. Joe Burrow, pretty good. Okay, it would mean a lot. It would be pretty good for him to go back. But again, I think he could be back here again next year. And Joe's going to get a massive deal. He's going to get a $400 million deal when his contract is when they want to do that and get that done. They did Patrick's early anyway. Then you got Jalen Hurts, and I think Jalen is locked in for the starter because he had an MVP year. He's not going to win MVP, but he had an MVP caliber year. For a while he was actually the leader. But then you got Brock. Okay, Brock's entire life has been altered by everything that's been going on. It's been completely turned upside down. Okay. If he wins, gets them to the Super Bowl, no matter what, winning this game, okay? Winning this game for Brock would mean he's the starter next year. And that would change life for Trey Lance. That would just alter everything. But if Brock goes in and he sucks, if he's bad, they lose, and he's one of the reasons why they're bad. Kind of like pulls a Dak Prescott from last week. He's finished. And Cinderella's wonderful escort turns back into a pumpkin. You hear me, Gord King? A pumpkin. So I think Brock has the most to gain and the most to get out of this. And I like seeing, as a Brady fan, I like seeing guys who nobody really wanted do well and prove everybody else wrong. So. Yeah, it's Spider Gear TB83. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just hard. It's hard making the playoffs in the NFL, and people make fun of guys. People made fun of the Bills. They made fun of the Jim Kelly Bills. They lost 4 in a row. Okay, 4 Super Bowls in a row. Do you guys have any idea? Any clue? I mean, I know you do. I'm talking to just general people. Any idea how hard it is to make it to a Super Bowl? Everything has to go right for you, no matter how good of team you've got and how much of an edge that you think you've got. So you go in the regular season, you can go 14-2, you can go 15-1, you can go 13-3, and before the new regular season schedule. It doesn't matter. You get to the playoffs, that's a different thing. You could even get a bye, okay? That's the Titans. My God, why am I yawning so much? I'm not even tired. All right. And it's annoying, but anyway. So you saw the Titans, what they did. They got the number 1 seed. Well, that didn't really help them much. They couldn't even get to the Super Bowl. It's not a guarantee. It's not a cakewalk. In 2010, the Patriots had the number 1. I believe we had the number 1 seed and lost to the Jets in the first game in the divisional. Nobody expected anything of the Jets, right? So making it there, like you said, like TB83 said, making the playoffs difficult. That's one. Okay, getting to the AFC or NFC Championship game extremely difficult. Winning that, and then getting to the Super Bowl, and also you guys got to remember, sometimes the championship game is harder than the Super Bowl. Sometimes that game is more difficult. The matchup is more difficult for you. When I was a kid, a lot of times Dallas versus San Francisco was generally, I don't want to say it was a greater game. It was a better, more competitive. Let's say that. Okay. We knew kind of whoever came out of the NFC was going to generally win, right? So that's just how it was for a long time. And the NFC Championship game was almost considered as the proving grounds. And if you won that, the Super Bowl was kind of like, here's your gift. Okay. So Yeah, I get it, and it makes sense that people thought that. But now, you can still have that occur. 2020, the Buccaneers versus Packers. That game was in Green Bay. So Buccaneers winning that in Green Bay was more of a feat and turned out to be much more difficult and much more of a challenge than when they played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So sometimes the championship game can be everything. So don't tell me that it's not an achievement to just play in the Super Bowl. It is. It is. And the Bills making it to 4 straight and losing all 4 is more difficult than winning 1 in 4 years. So the Redskins won one of those. The Giants won one of those in that sequence. But what the Bills did was actually more difficult, even though they didn't come away with the trophy. And that's why I look at those quite a bit. And it's not the same. It's different in basketball. In basketball, you can stack a team and get to the finals pretty easily. Like when, excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm yawning. I can't help it. I'm not tired at all, but whatever. LeBron James was in the East, and the East was trash for a long time, like very lopsided. So you could just walk your way into the finals, and it didn't really matter. And then they'd get destroyed by somebody from the West who was really good and gone through a gauntlet or whatever. So yeah, it matters to me. It just getting there matters. So for Joe Burrow, getting there 2 times in a row, that's very impressive, especially in this day and age. The Patriots have altered how people see what it means to be back in championship games, back in Super Bowls all the time. Like a lot of people, especially young fans, think that that's supposed to be how it is. If you're good, you're automatically going to win 1 million Super Bowls. That's why you got all these young Mahomes fans who are saying, oh, well, if Tom Brady won 7, then Patrick Mahomes must win 8 because he's a lot more exciting and he's doing the superhuman stuff around the field. Oh, my God. You know? So he's got to win 8 or 9. They have no perspective. The only view they have is Brady constantly winning, and to them, to their eyes, they think Tom's game is boring versus Mahomes' game. So they just make that leap. They just don't understand how difficult this is. What the Chiefs have done in all these years to keep getting back to the Super Bowl or back to the championship game, that in itself is really very, very difficult. But they don't understand what it means to win that many Super Bowls. Look at the generational talents we've had. Drew Brees won Super Bowl and only 1 appearance. Drew Brees has only played in 1 Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers won 1 Super Bowl, only played in 1. Peyton Manning, the guy that everyone thought should have at least 3 or 4, played in 4, only got 2 out of it. This is how hard this is. So 7, and you've been to 10? 7 out of 10? That is just ridiculous. That doesn't even make sense. Okay? It just doesn't make sense. Alpha Courage is a $5 super chat. He says, if Burrow wins the Super Bowl, would they say that Burrow played in a weak division? Of course. Of course they will. They're going to make up something because every 10 years, there's going to be a quarterback that everybody slobbers over and will lay down their life to defend and protect. Okay? That's just how it is. It's Mahomes now. It was Aaron Rodgers before. Before that was Peyton. Before it was Brett Favre, and so on. Okay? No matter what they do, no matter how many times they fail, there's going to be an excuse. The Chiefs, Buccaneers in 2020, they lost because his O-line was in disarray. Or Patrick lost because his toe was messed up. let me tell you something. If you picked the Chiefs to win that Super Bowl, which everyone did, most did, and all the Mahomes fans and all the commentators and analysts who are big Mahomes fans and apologists, they picked the Chiefs to win. And if you did, you cannot mention the O-line thing, and you cannot mention the toe thing because you thought that he was so great, and you thought the Chiefs were so much better than the Bucs that didn't matter because you didn't bring it up. You didn't use it as a reason why they were going to lose. So you can't say that. But they try to do that. And what this whole high ankle sprain thing that happened against the Jaguars last week, dude, it's an excuse already built in. All right, I want you guys to get ready for this tomorrow. Okay, if the Chiefs lose, it's Mahomes' high ankle sprain. Okay, that's it. That's it. So the Burrow and the Bengals victory will not give them complete credit for it. But if the Chiefs win, we're never going to hear the end of it. Okay? Never going to hear the end of it. Oh my God, he's so brave, stunning and brave. He's amazing. Okay? He's so amazing. No. That's going to suck. Okay? Try winning an AFC championship game with your hand cut wide open. All right? Where you had to be stitched up. And on your throwing hand. And not only on your throwing hand, but you're a pocket passer who relies on precision. You can't move around. And that's what Tom Brady did against the best defense in the league that year, the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2017, excuse me. It was 2018 year in the playoffs, but it was 2017 season versus the Jaguars. Tom completely shredded his hand, wide open, right through there. In the worst spot. Just like horrible, right? And he's a pocket passer. He can't get away. He can't make moves and make some crazy throws and stuff. That's not his game, right? So, if Patrick's ankle's so bad, then we're going to be watching him throw from the pocket, right? We'll find out. So, we'll see. But if they win that, oh my God, they're going to treat him like Superman. So, so the Gordon King sends a $2 super chat. He says, if KC becomes Burrowhead, is Patrick Mahomeless? That's pretty good. I like that. That's pretty good. Okay. TB83 asked me, did Phillip Rivers get to a Super Bowl? He did not. He's played in one AFC championship game. Wait, no. No, one. I think just one. I think he's only been in one AFC championship game. If it's been more than that, it escapes me, but I think only been one time. I think it was 2007 when the Patriots were undefeated. I think that's the only one that Rivers has played in. And they would lose in the divisional before that. Alpha Courage says 2007, so yeah. That's right. But I think that's the only one. So I'm not going to hide it, okay? I would love to see a 49ers Bengals rematch. Okay? So that would be Joe Montana got the best of Ken Anderson's Bengals. Then Joe Montana got the best of Boomer Esiason's Bengals. But in this case, even with how well Brock Purdy has been playing, if it's the Bengals 49ers part 3, the Bengals now have better quarterback because the 49ers had Joe. Okay. They had the GOAT. Of course, he wasn't the GOAT yet, but he was. Now we know that he was the GOAT, right? For forever until TB12 came along. But this time, I think the Bengals have the edge in the quarterback. But complete team, roster, just down to every single player, I think the 49ers a bit better. And I think the coaching's a bit better. But again, the Bengals still have an amazing team, and they've got the quarterback too. Maybe there's a different outcome there. So it would mean a lot for the Bengals to win a Super Bowl. They've never won. They played in 2, like I said, and they've lost both to the 49ers. And to get one, we could cross off our list of teams that's never won a Super Bowl, and it would get much smaller. But for the 49ers, it would make 6, and they would tie the Steelers and the Patriots, and that's a big deal because then the race to 7, the first one to tie Tom Brady, think about this is crazy. The first team to tie Tom Brady, the race is on. So Cold Blue Water sends a $2 super chat. He says, if Burrow wins, how does it impact Mahomes' legacy? So it won't really. I think for it to have a bigger problem, Mahomes would have. I mean, Burrow would have to go on to win the Super Bowl, and Mahomes would have to never make it back. If Mahomes lost this game tomorrow and then he never gets back to the Super Bowl, then Burrow owns his ass. And it won't mean anything. The MVPs, none of that will mean anything. So we could be looking at a situation where it's a Peyton-Tom thing, right? Where Tom got the best of Peyton early, and then things switched over time. But in this case, it's kind of strange because Burrow hadn't won yet, but yet he seems to have the edge. So it's kind of flipped in a weird direction. There are 2 men who have taken rings off Mahomes' hands. Tom Brady has done it twice. Burrow has done it once. If Burrow does it again, that's 4. Okay, because let's think about this. 2018, Tom took out Mahomes. If that hadn't happened, the Chiefs go on to win. That's going to be a shootout against the Rams, as we saw in the regular season, one of the highest scoring games ever. Mahomes and Chiefs probably, I think they would have won that game. Then you got 2019. The Chiefs won. That's their 1 ring. 2020, Tom destroys them. Tom and the Bucs destroy them. That's now 2 rings taken off Mahomes' fingers. 2021, Burrow took them out. That's 3. If Burrow wins tomorrow, takes them out again. That's 4. That would be assuming that Patrick would have gone on to beat the Eagles or the 49ers, which I don't think we can make that assumption. We could make that assumption last year. I think the Chiefs would have won that game. I think they would have beaten the Rams if there wasn't some phony flags at the end like there were against Burrow and the Bengals. I don't know. Maybe it was the Rams year or whatever. We can talk about that. But potentially 3 rings have already been removed off Patrick's hands to two guys. So yeah, it's an interesting thing that would happen. The more interesting question, Cold Blue Water, might be, what does this do for Burrow's legacy if he wins and goes on to win the Super Bowl? And I tell you, that will make him the premier quarterback in the league. If Joe wins tomorrow and he goes and wins the Super Bowl, in my eyes, he is now the best quarterback in the NFL. Don't give me the MVP thing and all that stuff, okay? Because this is about going all the way, and the guy that you beat and took out was the guy that was supposed to be the dude. So I think that would change everything for Joe Burrow as far as putting him in that upper echelon immediately, and now he'd be on his way to greatness. Because Joe Burrow, of course, wants to be a Hall of Famer, and of course he's not one, and doesn't have enough to. He's still new, very new, but that would really do great things. The Brady problem, as I told you guys, the Brady problem is you're supposed to win if you're great. You're supposed to win when you're young and your team is built around you and everything's going good. That's the time you're supposed to get as many wins as possible, as many Super Bowls as you can. The Brady problem is doing it later in your career, because you're going to need both. You're going to need 2 or 3 phases of your career that's going to allow for you to take shots at the Super Bowl if you want to catch up to Brady. That's the Brady problem. It's not the beginning. The beginning is supposed to be the easy part. When I say easy, I mean only for a great legendary team and a great legendary quarterback. You're supposed to get those out of the way early. Doing it later is the problem, is the hard puzzle to solve. So, okay, guys. I guess I'm gonna get off here. I've been doing this for over 2 hours, and I'm gonna get ready for tomorrow's games. It's gonna be awesome. So I will see you guys here tomorrow. It's gonna be a great day. Hopefully, we got some good football and everything. Hopefully, no blowout. That's boring. Nobody wants to see that unless you're the fan of the team that's winning the game. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all being here tonight. And yeah. See you tomorrow. Okay, guys? Thank you so much. Bye.
This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ, Darius Fleming, and you're watching VonAllen Sports. Real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. VonAllen Sports, let's go!
VonAllen Sports.